So I tried the whole thing with the landlord thing. My first time, my first go at it was not pleasant. Okay. Was at the beginning and then not so much at the end. And I hold myself accountable for the fact that I kind of either divulged too much information or got too comfy or cozy with people or whatever, and then they just kind of walked all over me. Excuse me. Anyways, so I just finished the last of the cleanup. Like, I cleaned house. Both tenants have left. And what I'm doing right now, currently, if you could see, oh, seems weird. I don't even know if you can see that. Anyways, so like what I'm doing is basically the vacuum, okay? My nonna always had a problem with hair, especially at the dinner table. Okay, that I understand. I was like, okay, well, it makes sense. You don't want no facial hair, no hair to fall into the food. Makes sense. But it goes far beyond that. It started to extend to the fact that even when we weren't at the table, she had an issue with dictating who wore long facial beards, or if your hair is hanging down or if it's hanging up. I'm like, what is the fascination? I'm thinking with hair. And then obviously it comes to me cleaning my own vacuum out after everybody's left, and these women that were here have very, very long hair, and I'm like, oh my god, good thing I have a drain in the bathtub, because that would be a bitch to clean. I personally don't do any voodoo, hoodoo, magic, black bullshit magic on hair. People do that, however. Okay, and it's essential that if you're around people that practice that sort of thing, maybe keep your hair. This is something that this is weird, because my mother, okay, I know she may not like me that much, but my mother always taught me to keep my hairbrush clean. And that means if I brush my hair, okay, well, for a period of time, to clean out my hairbrush. And I thought it was weird. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. So I've done that ever since, okay? I have done that ever since. I've kept my hairbrush clean. And when it comes to the hair in the drain, I throw it out. Because ew. And I just never fully understood or appreciated the capacity to which hair could be used. And then when I started doing more research into occults and stuff like that, the way people use your hair, especially at different times of your life, your infancy, all the way to your adulthood, there's some people that cut off pieces and locks of your hair, whether it be your first birthday, your 5th birthday, your 10th birthday, because, the 10th birthday is a very special birthday, and my aunt can attest to that. She'll let you know. Anyways, so I'm like, yeah, this is so weird. And I've had a couple videos in the past where I showed people the lockets of my hair, because I'm 35 years old now. Lockets of my hair that were preserved since I was maybe like either 1 year old or even before then. They were almost strawberry blonde and curly, so beautiful. And I was allowed to have those back. And my nonna, she personally had placed into the albums. She's very good at with almost like scrapbooking. She made albums specifically for each of her grandchildren, and she would place in these albums certain pictures, certain cutouts, certain letters, words, numbers, and even sometimes hair. And she would place them in these albums specifically. Now, I didn't think much of it. I thought it was really sweet, and I was like, awesome, right? She'd give me an album once in a while that was collective of all this stuff. And only recently, before I cut myself off from the rest of the family, did she give me some of my hair. And the first one was in like a little, what do you call it, like a little envelope. And I thought it was weird. It was just like a bank envelope with the plastic in the front of it so that you could see the name. And so I took it out of that, and then I preserved it and I kept it in a baggie. And then the second time I got a lock of hair, again, from when I was a toddler, an infant, I'm not sure how old, it was in the back of one of the photos, hidden in an album that she gave me of my own pictures growing up and whatever. And I found it going through there just to be nosy. I opened up the plastic that kind of covers it, and it was an envelope of the Royal Bank of Canada. And in the Royal Bank of Canada envelope was a lock of my hair, and it was beautiful. And it looked so healthy, shiny. It was me of an infant. And I'm like, why would she keep a lock of my hair, let alone in an envelope for a bank, which is her bank, by the way, and then in a photo album for like a scrapbook, you know, those plastic peel back ones, hidden away behind other photos. So it wasn't fully acknowledged, it was hidden. And I'm like, why would that be? And then when I told my Nona that I would separate from the family, I said, nobody wants to do their healing journey, they're not down with it. I said, Nona, I think I'm gonna do what my stepbrother did, and I'm gonna step away from the family. I'm going to pull away. And her response was, oh, well, I have more than enough money, I'll be okay. I'm like, what? I said that I'm going to leave the family like Jason did, and you're telling me you have more than enough money. I'm sorry, what? Anyway, suffice to say, I let that slide. I'm not even going to bother with that, but that's just to give you some insight. People do mess around with hair, and now I can understand why she got so uncomfortable with people having hair around the dinner table. When you have that kind of guilt that you're carrying around with you, of course you're not going to want people shedding around your home. And I carried a part of that guilt with me, because even though I've never done any witchcraft, hoodoo, voodoo, or any of that stuff with people's hair, I think my one ex-friend offered me her hair. Literally. And I was like, no, I'm good. And I think that's because she was collecting her own samples for her own things. So, like, I fully understand that people do witchcraft and shit like that when it comes to hair, and I get it. And now I can see where my, not phobia, but my OCD comes into play when I don't want people just, like, throwing their hair around my home and stuff like that. And me cleaning out the amount of hair that I had in the vacuum, honestly, it stops it from working. But the amount that was wrapped around it is ridiculous. I fully understand now why I've got this weird fucking obsession. It's not even obsession. It's not even mine to hold. And that is that of my Nona, my grandmother, who liked to play with hair and who had a fascination with hair. And I think because of that, it created something within myself, which I didn't fully understand or comprehend till this point. And I still have my own locks of hair. So I have my hair since I was a toddler, infant. So a couple months. I have my hair since I was a year old. I have my hair since I was 5. I have my hair since I was maybe 9. I have my hair since I was, I'm going to say 16. I have my hair since I was 18 or 22, I'm not sure. I have my hair since I was 26, and I am 35 years old, and I can tell you that each clipping of my hair, even the ones I received since I was little, I have all placed together, because I'll tell you this much, even if you don't believe in that stuff, if it were to be true, then each part of me, past to present, is all combined together and is stronger than ever. And not a single person can take that away from me. I'm not big on collecting teeth, but I have kept my hair even when other people tried to take that from me. And I cherish it. And I sure as fuck don't use that against other people. And when it comes to me having access to other people's hair, I throw it out. Garbage. I'm not going to play with that kind of magic, because I don't want that coming back to me. Because I think the only reason my grandmother would give me access to that or give it back to me was because she was suffering of her own. She started getting the karma of her own for doing the certain things that she was doing that she shouldn't be, that her own daughters and her own family are standing up and defending her for. Meanwhile, she's the matriarch. She knows damn well what she's doing. She created a lot of chaos and conflict, and she's been living off other people's wealth, including mine. And she continues to allow this to play out because she's scared. Scared of her own goddamn shadow. And that's unfortunate. Because we all got to face it at some point or another. Or we got to do this all over again. Fear less, learn more.